Welcome to my channel. In this occasion we will explore and expand upon the world building of Dragon Ball, specifically the godly ki concept, which serves almost as a prerequisite to understand the future videos I will be making of power scaling regarding Dragon Ball Super and GT to a lesser extent. The reason is because I am going to be referring to godly ki very often, and it will be our saving grace to fix many power scaling problems in the future, so to avoid explaining these changes every time, I figure that was better just to make a video specifically about this topic. But before we start, let's go through the definition of godly ki and its properties in the actual canon. Godly ki, which means spirit of a god, is a special type of ki used by divine beings. This energy is far superior to regular ki. However, a normal ki user can still outmatch a god ki user. This type of ki can't be sensed by not divine beings, but they still feel a tremendous pressure, and also the power boost by obtaining god ki is huge, but also incredibly difficult to use without proper training. It is stated by Goku that after acquiring God Ki, his Saiyan Ki had a different quality to it, even in base state, and finally, it is noted by Vegeta that the secret to obtaining God Ki was to power up while keeping his vital energy within his body, preventing it from leaking out into an aura. In summary, that's our current understanding of God Ki. Unfortunately, this concept have been really underutilized in the story so far. It has so much potential of freshing out the power system of Dragon Ball, and also, it's the perfect way to fix many problems with the power scaling, but it really feels like a wasted opportunity, which is why I decided to explore and expand the lore of God Ki. So, let's delve deeper into how I've extended and developed the concept of godly ki. Godly ki represents the life force utilized by divine beings, surpassing regular ki from mortals in potency and quality. While mortals can learn to harness it, being able to master it is another matter, since it is exceptionally challenging, if not downright impossible to control under normal circumstances. Godly ki exists in two states, authentic and partially. Authentic godly ki fully replaces a user's regular ki, making them true divine beings. Mortals cannot sense these users, but instead perceive their presence through a characteristic pressure. Apart from providing a substantial power-up, what distinguishes godly ki from regular ki lies in its creation process. Regular ki is the raw life force inherent in all beings, whereas godly ki emerges after refining this life force to perfection through a specific and rigorous method. The process begins with the mortal focusing their entire regular ki inwards, instead of expelling it. This consolidated energy must then be meticulously controlled and evenly distributed throughout the entire body, including every cell, without any disruptions. Successfully completing this process converts all regular ki into pure godly ki. However, maintaining control over this potent energy is even more challenging, as any instability risks dissipating the godly ki, and it even endangers the user's life if they suddenly lose all of their ki. Achieving prolonged control over godly ki enables users to train while utilizing this energy, gradually increasing the maximum amount of godly ki they can generate, leading to increase of their power level and potential new transformations and abilities. To sum up, the necessary steps to master godly ki are the following. Number 1. The user needs to focus their full power of regular ki inside their bodies and with perfect control, distribute it to every inch of their body. Number 2. The resulting divine ki generated needs to be under complete control constantly. If the user loses control, then the divine ki is dissipated with possible dangerous consequences to the user. Number 3. After being capable of controlling godly ki and using it externally, the user can begin training while wielding divine energy to increase their power. The harder the training is, the better results the user have if they are successful. This method stands as the most difficult, but also the only method that allows any mortal to potentially achieve divinity. However, there exist beings capable of harnessing godly ki through alternative means. Typically, the Shinjin race, also known as the core people, possess a natural affinity for godly ki to varying degrees. Among them, certain individuals, such as the Supreme Kais, naturally generate fully godly ki instead of regular ki. Yet, the Shinjin race aren't the sole beings inherently capable of generating godly ki. Some mortal races and select individuals may also manifest this ability under unique circumstances. These circumstances might include being genetic descendants of legendary godly ki users or being created for the explicit purpose of wielding immense power and being genetically superior. One speculative example could be Broly from Dragon Ball Super, although I will get more into this in a future video. Alternatively, individuals may acquire at least partial godly ki through specialized methods devised by divine beings or mortals with access to godly ki. Examples of such methods are plenty, including the Patera earrings, the Super Saiyan God ritual, the Elder Kai's ritual, making a wish to Shenlong to access to God ki, and even the Kaioken. The latter technique I will explain it more in the Dragon Ball GT power scaling video. Also, in some instances, certain mortal races have developed a biological capacity to generate a low amount of semidivine ki, which allows them to increase their power when needed, usually activated by emotional triggers such as anger. As discussed earlier, there are two distinct states of the God ki, one of which is the partial godly vital energy, which from now on, we will refer to it as semidivine ki. This state of vital energy entails the augmentation of regular ki with a relatively small amount of divine energy. This state serves as a bridge between mortals and gods. Regular ki infused with a certain amount of godly ki still remains detectable for normal ki users, and correspondingly, the increase in power is minor in comparison to fully using divine energy. The self-awareness of actually using a lesser form of godly ki varies among users, depending on how they unlocked the use of semidivine ki. For instance, individuals like Buu after absorbing the Supreme Kais or Gohan after the Elder Kai's ritual likely had no idea of the presence of godly ki in their respective forms, since they relied on external sources to attain this power. The Kaioken technique, created by King Kai, operates on principles akin to godly ki, explaining how Goku can employ the Kaioken in conjunction with a Super Saiyan God form. In other cases, users may have a limited knowledge of godly ki, limiting them to the semidivine state. Such is the case with Goku from the GT timeline, a topic that will be further explored in the next video addressing Dragon Ball GT power scaling. Learning to wield semidivine ki is considerably more feasible for mortals to accomplish independently. To do so, the user must practice the same method as learning full godly ki, but instead, the user needs to exert only a portion of their energy to focus and control. While this method doesn't give as significant a power increase as the true version, it poses far less risk to the user's life. Additionally, those who can harness full godly ki can also use semidivine ki. This serves as a method to incrementally boost their divine energies in a controlled way, reducing the chances of negative effects from mishandling pure godly ki. Naturally, this entails a slower pace of power increase. Examples of individuals employing semidivine ki in this manner include Goku and Vegeta in Dragon Ball Super, particularly when they're using their Saiyan Beyond God state. To clarify the distinction between the various states of ki, let's consider a simple analogy. Picture 3 glasses of water. The first glass is contaminated with numerous bacteria, chemicals, and possibly even dirt. The next glass still holds these impurities, but to a lesser extent, depending on the degree of purification. While the third glass of water has been entirely purified, devoid of any contaminants. In this analogy, the glass symbolizes the body of the ki user, while the water within represents their ki, and its purity reflects the divine nature of their vital force. Much like how the second glass of water gradually approaches the purity of the third glass as it becomes more refined, the higher degree of divinity within the user's ki brings it closer to the possession of full godly energy, often meaning a corresponding increase in power. In summary, mastering godly ki is incredibly hard, making those like Vegeta who achieve it, by training, truly remarkable. This difficulty also explains why so few mortals can use it and why guidance from beings like angels is often necessary. Introducing God ki and semidivine ki provides a valuable tool for fixing inconsistencies in power scaling across Dragon Ball Super, GT, and possibly even Dragon Ball Heroes. Future videos will explore how individual characters use godly ki in greater detail, so be sure that it will be very present. I hope you found this video interesting, and I'm eager to hear your thoughts on the subject. Personally, I enjoy expanding upon different world-building elements in stories I love, such as Dragon Ball and others, so I'm really passionate about this. Alright, that should be for the video. If you enjoyed it, please consider giving it a like and subscribing to my channel, and if you prefer not to, I still appreciate immensely that you watched the video. With that being said, I hope you have great days to come and see you again soon. Smiley face.